out. So here I am, and this is definitely pushing it with, I know a lot of you that are regulars from the East Coast time zone and me being in the West Coast time zone. But I have to try and fit in these when I can, and so here I am on the live stream. Welcome to Bricktherapy23. You'll see this guy here, the Brick Therapy guy, and B Bandits. Welcome, B Bandits. Let's go. He's back. So awesome to have the mod here and working on, I'm gonna have it backwards, working on the last two bags of 10312, the Jazz Club, 2,899 pieces. And if I had to guess, maybe the final, ooh, that looks like a lot in here actually. I was gonna say maybe the final 500 or so pieces, but yeah, here it is. You can kind of see compared to the box in the background. It's kind of a fun look right there. So you can tell this much is left on each level, right? So like the roof line on both levels. I think there's like a patio part also, and almost like a if I look in the box closely here, almost like a greenhouse or atrium looking thing, and then the top of the chimney. So how fun. And then I can connect it to the Parisian restaurant here, to fully built modulars. And bag 14 and 15. Bags 14 and 15 are the only ones left. Remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to never miss a stream. Build the Lego Jazz Club. Yes, thank you, B Bandits. Set me up for the pin message. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Love it. Thank you. I'm ready to see it finished. Let's go. Bag 14. Actually, bag 14 has two bags, and bag 15 also has two. So a little bit more than what the count says, but that's okay. It's Saturday. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. At least Saturday here still. I guess if you're on the East Coast, it's already Sunday. So I'm building up a platform to the final level here. I guess kind of like the roof and patio section of the Jazz Club. And bag 14 has two numbered bags, and then inside there's another smaller bag. So we'll see how fast I can push through this and see who joins the chat. So if you are a Lego fan, you like Lego, there's a lot of Lego news. If you are at all semi-following what's going on with the Lego world, Star Trek set, the Goonies ship that came out the week before, the Black Pearl ship that came out in September. Oh, and what am I overlooking? I'm overlooking the UCS Death Star. And live right now on Lego.com is this gift will purchase still. So I think this was this last probably another day or two. I forgot to look at the dates, but this looks is a fun gift will purchase, especially if you are into iconic Lego minifigures. You get a couple minifigures from the Disney movies or Pixar related with Toy Story and The Lion King, and that TV build's kind of fun too. So leave a like if you're interested in Lego, you like talking about Lego, join the chat, say hello, and let's see how this goes. Composite Square, welcome. It's Saturday still for me, luckily, says B Bandits. Yes. It's been a long Saturday in terms of just things to do. My son had a soccer game earlier, and little Brick Therapy. We've called him over the summer, so had him just getting all his fun activities done, and then all the usual Saturday errands. I went to Costco to get groceries, and always fun to check out what they have for Lego sets there. And nothing caught my eye. I know maybe closer to like the September timeline, or maybe in early October, they had some more interesting sets. I think the haunted house was there for a good price or whatever. So, but what do they have? They had a couple floral sets. They had the UCS AT Walker, and they had that minerals set that has a lot of cool, colorful looking, kind of transparent Lego pieces. What else did they have? And they had a Grogu, kind of the upscale version, or built big fake version of Grogu. So nothing that interested me. I don't know what I'd be looking for, but there's every once in a while there's a set that catches your eye, like a cool Ninjago set, or I don't know if they've ever had modulars there. Oh, and then they had a advent calendar, a Harry Potter advent calendar. So I don't know. Did any of those sets sound exciting to you, especially when you're looking for special deals or discounts? Usually, or not usually, I think all the time, Costco, you'll get basically a decent discount on whatever set they have there. So like 20 to 30% off or more. I got the most recent set I got that was pretty cool was the Ninjago. Oh, what's it called? Anyways, a Ninjago set that kind of looks like a dragon, stone-built dragon bridge, and that set's still out. Got that one for 50% off, because that's usually a $100 set at the Lego store, and it was like $50 at Costco. So I was hoping for something like that, some cool Costco discount at in the Lego aisle there, but didn't really see anything exciting. Zhe Lao, welcome. Psh, good to see you. Never too old for Lego. What's up? Psh, awesome. B Bandit says, still working on my trailer. Very cool for his video. Hey, 24. Let's go, says B Bandits. I have about 14 shots to still animate, and it comes out tomorrow. So gotta grind, but I'm still watching. Awesome. What's the next set that you have in mind, says Zalo. Oh, awesome. Yes, I would say probably the modular set. The modular set would be cool. My son and I, when we were building over the summer, was like, oh, maybe they'll have another cool Lord of the Rings. But Zalo, that's always been a good question. And yeah, I think, what am I trying to say? I think I'm just something like a modular set. I did say I wanted to get the UCS set as well. The UCS Millennium Falcon, but that price is so high. I think with the price for that, I would definitely want to get maybe a couple modulars instead. So good question, J-Lo. Still thinking it through. It would be, when I look on social media and I see what other people are building in terms of Lego sets, there are a lot of exciting ones. And when you look at the UCS sets for Star Wars, especially the Millennium Falcon, the one I've been kind of eyeing for over a year now, it looks great. It's very pricey. And, it always enters my mind, what else could I get instead? So I'm kind of torn. I'm non-committal when it comes to that, but I've got these modulars to build, so I can't complain either. But yeah, probably the Natural History Museum. I couldn't think of it earlier. The Natural History Museum or a UCS set. And if I downscale just a little bit, the Titanic, that would be sweet too. Where would that go? Any of you guys own those large scale sets? Where would you go? What a fun question though, yeah. Glitchfire, psh! Welcome Glitchfire. Thanks for joining in the live stream. Let's go. It's funny to see people join and check out the live stream and mention Lego, and then others who are just critical of Lego. I don't know why. They don't think it's a worthy topic, but man, when you go to the Lego store, if you are fortunate enough to get to a Lego store, there are so many different themes and models and builds that people are into. There's of course the usual sets that little kids will like. But we were talking yesterday. It's definitely appealing more and more to, because of the price of things, you know, for one thing. But just the nostalgia sets are appealing more and more to the, I would say, like the millennial generation or the Gen X. You know, the ones that know these themes like Goonies or Star Trek or something like that. So yeah, just interesting time to be into Lego. Of course, there's also, I know we mentioned this before. Whoops, I turned the page and didn't realize if I needed to double check if I finished something here. I don't know if it's still going. I think B Bandits, you might have done this too, or a couple others. We mentioned that you can do the win your wish list on Lego.com. So that would be so fun. It's $1,000 limit, but I put on there Titanic and a modular. Oh no, I didn't put a modular set. Oh, sort of. I put the Home Alone house. So that would be so fun to win that. And then I think I had enough to add one smaller Lego city set just to fill out that $1,000 limit. And I came within 3 cents. So maybe I will win that contest for the Bricktherapy23 family here. And we'll have the Titanic, the Home Alone house, and a Lego City donut truck. I think that's what I put on there. So yeah. Oh, let's see. Where is that? How come that's not showing up there? Yep, I did it. Oh yeah, B Bandits, you did it. You did the wish list competition too. I thought so. I'm like, I know I've talked about that with some of you guys on the live stream recently. I think it's still live. Hopefully it is. Hey Wyatt, welcome. Glitchfire's here. B Bandits is here. Zalo is here. Welcome all you guys. And the entries in the end in 2 weeks, which is crazy. Okay, so the entries limit goes to 2 weeks from now, or is it finishes in 2 weeks? Yeah, B Bandits, do you remember what you listed on there? That'd be fun. Nice, Glitchfire, thank you. B Bandits and Glitchfire, my mods are on top of it. Love it. Thank you guys. Very important. I know it's kind of a, what I want to say, kind of a risky thing, right? To do the live stream on a weekend later in the evening, because you get some of the more interesting personalities that don't know what they're looking for on a live. But we're talking Lego. So if you like Lego and you want to enter into the chat and talk about Lego, it's a great theme. It's a fun theme. It's all ages. It's a great hobby for me and my kids. My son got me back into it when I was building small Lego sets with him when he was younger. And you know, everyone has a hobby. It's a fun creative outlet, especially if you're a mock builder or a stop motion person. B Bandits being one of them. You know, creating a trailer. Oh gosh, there's so many cool things you can do. Or you know, just in terms of video editing, it could be for pretty much any theme. It doesn't have to be for Lego. But when you start creating a YouTube channel like we've got here, then you get somewhat educated and a little bit savvy with video editing and creating that way. So learned a lot. Live streaming, of course, is a totally different skill set, I guess you could say. Can you keep the conversation going? Ah, B Bandits. Okay, so your list was the Avengers Tower. Yes, that's a good one. And Rivendell. Got it back here. Yes, W for both of those. The Avengers Tower, I hope that lasts a little bit longer. That would be another fun set. California Garden, welcome. So here is a cool plate. This is the great thing about these modulars. No stickers, so the Jazz Club sign is coming together. I found the Jazz plate. Ah, here it is. It was upside down. So these will eventually be the front marquee of the modular here. And this is set 10312, 2,899 pieces, which is funny. They couldn't include one final piece to make it an even 2,900 pieces, but I guess it's kind of creative to stop there at the one. Glitchfire says, Soundwave Fire Knight mech and a few brickheads are on my list. Nice. The Soundwave set is cool. I wonder if there'll be, when Lego does their Black Friday deals, I wonder if Soundwave would be in the running for a discount. That one has been in the window display since release day in August. I've seen that. We've gone to the Lego store about 3 times since August, I want to say. And Soundwave has not been taken out of the front window, kind of front corner of the Lego store since we've been, which is maybe it's a sign of how popular it is, but that would be awesome if that one went on sale. We have in our collection, we have the Bumblebee and the Optimus Prime. The Bumblebee, I don't know if you guys have built up any of those Transformer sets. The Bumblebee looks cool, especially as a car set, but it is not the most flexible, I guess you could say, in terms of the Transformer function. At least for me, that darn thing has fallen apart in my hands a few times. So yeah, I wonder how the Soundwave is. Although the Soundwave, since it doesn't turn into a car, maybe it transforms more easily. But working my way through here on the top level of the Jazz Club here, and this, if this build goes fast, we might have to wrap this up, right? This is a good time to do it on a Saturday. And then I have a couple other modulars that I would like to build. I don't know if that theme is something that would be interesting to continue, but I think it would be, especially since Lego is always a good theme to talk about. I did show at the beginning of this week that I found a good deal on the Ayrton Senna Formula One. Also an idea set build, so that was fun. Thank you for the 6 likes. If you like Lego, oh, 7 likes. Just saw that change over. How fun. And if you like Lego and you like talking Lego, please consider subscribing and joining our channel. We try to live stream every night. Every once in a while, my son will join in now. Over the summer, he was here every day, building up a storm of Lego, a super fast Lego builder. But his heart and mind are all into soccer these days. So it's hard to get him away from that, which is totally fine. But since he got me into Lego, and I like building it probably more than he does lately, that's okay. We talk about it, but and he definitely follows the channel, of course, all the analytics. And I'll have to get my oldest son, who is also very good at designing mocks. In fact, he's done quite a few over the years. I wish I could keep them out. I know we've kept most of them put together. He recently, well, not too recently, but the latest mock he did is of a church in our local town where we lived in Spain. So he just did a really good job on that. And then speaking of mocks, if you are interested in checking out our channel, we were in Spain 2 summers ago and came across a very awesome historical build and mock of a university building, like a facade, almost like a cathedral, kind of stone carved front face of a building that's probably about 600 years old, and it has a ton of carvings etched into what I'm trying to think of the actual structure or what it's made out of, but it's kind of got like a gold color to it. But we found a mock of that. So it's the University of Salamanca in Spain, but they built a huge front face, probably about double the height of the modular here. And they just did a lot of cool builds, and basically all this kind of color, like a tan color, stone color, to represent or to resemble the building. So we put that on one of our YouTube shorts if you want to check that out. It was a fun, kind of a fun travel log as well. Only a 3-minute video, so fun to show and share with you guys if you're interested. Glitch Fire, glad to have you. Thank you, sir, for being here to mod the beginning of the live stream. Jedi Brick, do you have the acclimator? Psh, yes, we do. We do. Jedi Brick, you are into the Star Wars mode, huh? The acclimator. Let me put the box down here for a second, and I think we've shown this off before, but there it is. The acclimator, the MIDI size Star Wars ship build. That might be a set that would might go on sale as well. I'm trying to. It's hard to predict what will go on sale during the Black Friday week, which is fairly soon. I've seen Walmart advertise their Black Friday sale dates to look out for. Like it's like November 14 to 16. So not a week, but actually that's before Thanksgiving, isn't it? So we'll see what happens. Be cool to see what happens. Star, welcome. Star is here. Blake, welcome. Jedi Brick says, the Home One Star Cruiser is currently like 45% off on Amazon. Yes. Oh, very cool, Jedi Brick. I was thinking, that reminds me when I was building the mid-size scale Millennium Falcon. Also, is that also in camera shot? Yeah, it kind of is. I'll do one more angle shot here. So when I was building this one right here, I was saying if you're gonna build a Star Wars collection, you don't want to dedicate tons of dollars to it like the Star Destroyer here and the bigger ships. Those mid-scale size ships are I think a perfect way to build up a Star Wars collection and not spend too much money on those ships. Kevin, welcome, Kevin. You got a long name there, so I'll just say, hey, Kevin, how's it going? John Powell says, hey, John Powell, welcome in. The 11th to the 14th, that's Tuesday, Veterans Day. Yes, the 11th is definitely Veterans Day. I think Walmart was advertising 14th to the 16th, so I guess that weekend. Star says, I'm from Turkey. Welcome, Star. Awesome. Star, if my son was here, he'd ask, who are you a fan of? Fenerbahce or Galatasaray? I don't know if that's like the easiest question to ask someone from Turkey. That'd be like asking someone on the East Coast, are you a Red Sox or a Yankees fan? But had to throw it out there. And we're based in the U.S. Star. We are a U.S. channel. Hey, Jirafi, welcome. Awesome to see you here. Oh, John Powell says no. It's from the 11th to the 14th. Okay, I got the dates wrong. I was thinking that's kind of weird. It's only 3 days, so that makes more sense. A full week. Star says Galatasaray. There you go. Well, Star, I have friends in Turkey, and they would choose the other team. So I can't claim loyalty to either one, but I definitely love the fact there's a good rivalry, a good soccer rivalry. So that's kind of fun to have someone from Turkey join us and mention the football teams that are there. Very cool, especially as we have the World Cup coming. And Lego had a couple fun sets, very expensive sets. They had the stadiums that came out, the stadium builds. I forget what they had one that was the Manchester United Stadium. They had one for Barcelona, the what was it called? Camp Nou. And then they had the Bernabeu Stadium for Real Madrid. So they've had a couple cool Lego builds of those. I don't think any of them came with any minifigures though. That would have been cool if those sets came with minifigures dressed up in their soccer kits. That would have been probably more appealing. And I don't know how. Although now that I think of it, I know when well, actually, maybe all of them. But I distinctly remember when they released the Barcelona one, the Camp Nou Stadium one. They did have a gift with purchase that included the minifigures or some of the minifigures in their soccer kits. At that time, though, that's when I was just getting back into Lego, and so my whole focus was Ninjago City and Marvel sets. So I did not give into getting those stadium sets, and I know they had those on discount a few times just before they retired. But those are hard sets. Those are definitely sets that you would get if you're just a serious soccer fan. You want to put those on display, but those would not fit well into like a Lego City, which most people would have on display. Like those architecture sets are fun, but the soccer stadium ones, I don't know. I don't know how those would fit in. Exactly. Drawfee says, I might go to Bricks and Minifigs tomorrow or the next day. Very cool, Drawfee. Jazz Club looks great. Thank you. Well, you can probably tell, Drawfee. Let me put the box here, right? This is kind of fun. We are basically at the very top now. So like right there. I think that's all that's left. If I'm looking at the, actually no, it is like that. Just the roof line. Just the roof line. So 2 numbered bags left, although 14 and 15 have, there's 2 numbered bags for 15 and 2 numbered bags for 14. So 4 bags, but down to 14 and 15 overall. And I had a somewhat of a dilemma yesterday, or just a challenge yesterday, because I had found when I got to the end of bag 12 that I was missing some pieces. So I had to dig into my own collection to find the pieces that I was missing, and then was wondering, oh, maybe it was a mistake by Lego, and maybe the actual pieces were in the next bag, bag 13. I don't know if they were exactly. I should have like followed up on that. But in any case, I guess they were, because I ended up when I finished yesterday, I ended up having basically those same pieces left over almost, except for one. So the pieces right here, the 2 1x3s, the 2 1x2s, and then the 1 corner 1x3, like this corner piece right here, not these guys. So these right here were all missing. It was like the very back of the instructions for bag 12, and I'm like, I thought I was finished, and then the last page showed these, and there weren't any pieces left. Like this was all that was left, like these little pieces here. So when I built bag 13 last night, I ended up with these being left over. So it's kind of strange, because then that really means that there was one of these missing. Just one of those missing instead. So that's a little bit better. I wrote to Lego through their website and said, please send me the missing pieces though, because it should have been numbered correctly. And what do you know? A squirrel. I don't know where this goes on the Jazz Club, but I'll put him on the platform here for now. So yeah, just some interesting. I don't know if you guys have built up this set, but that was something I had to figure out. Another secondary challenge, I guess you could say. Drawfee says, do you have any more modulars you are planning to build soon? I do, Drawfee. I was thinking, especially once I started building up the Jazz Club, how fun this set is to build. And I do have the Tudor Corner, which came out last year, the newest modular, I believe, and the Boutique Hotel. Oh, there it is. This piece was hiding. So those for sure. I don't know if I'll build them all in a row, but I kind of like want to stick with this theme because it's so much fun. And then I have one that's a create one. It was the Creator Series. I don't know if they've all gone to ideas, but or icons. So I do have the, what was it called? I want to say it's called the City Center, but it's kind of like 3 apartment building complexes and then like a little square in the middle. Let me see if I can find the name of that, but yeah, it's like City Center, something like that. But yeah, so I have, what is that? 3 modulars. Oh, Assembly Square. That's the one. Assembly Square. It's a creator set. And that's set number 10255. That one retired, I want to say 2 years ago, and it went on sale. They discounted it like $100, so I couldn't pass it up. So I got that one as well. So that's 3 modulars. So I have basically one whole city block if I were to, put them all together. Jedi Brick says, what MIDI scale Star Wars set do you recommend? Oh, for sure, the Millennium Falcon one. Especially now it's on sale. It's been on sale for quite a while. If you don't have that one, Jedi Brick, that was a fun build. The back of it wasn't exactly, didn't look so great with where the jet propulsion part is, like the blue part. But I think maybe if you're not building, I was doing it on a live stream, so I wasn't taking too much time on that detail. So maybe I could, maybe I could do that better. But I still recommend, that was a fun MIDI scale build. John Powell says, I was trying to say last night, you probably used the wrong pieces. It's easy to do with dark colors. They don't show clearly in the picture. That could be. And it's interesting though, when I finished bag 13, I have those exact pieces left over. So I don't know, John Powell, would that happen if I used the wrong pieces? I guess it would. So either way, this thing is not going to fall apart on me. But even if I use the wrong pieces, you think there would be other pieces left over of that same color after finishing bag 12. So I still think they were missing, or at least one of them was missing. I'm not sure. It's so strange. It's a mystery. It's a fun mystery. I'd have to, it's all caught on camera here, right? Maybe I could timestamp and see where I went or made a mistake. Or at some point, it is fun to rebuild these sets. Maybe someday take it apart and see. JBT is here. Welcome, JBT. Giraffe says that would be cool to make a modular city. Yes, that's pretty much what happens with these, right? If you own enough of them, you are definitely going to have a Lego city. The modulars are so fun, and a couple of you pointed out it's addicting to. Once you build one of these, you're gonna want more. You are gonna want more. Jedi Brick says the eye tower behind you. Yes, isn't that cool? The bar door set. You notice that. If you have pieces left over, you use the wrong pieces. John Powell is convinced I used the wrong pieces. So be it. So be it. Well, either way, I'm glad that I have extra. Being a Lego collector, you just, you have your reserve Lego bin of just random pieces, and I'm glad I had the ones I needed to build that section, because it was right here, right above the middle window here, and it would have been really awkward to not have that part. It'd be like a gap. I mean, I could have just built around it, but there'd still be a gap right here. So glad I had those, and I'm sure Lego is probably used to people thinking they, missed a piece or two, and they are willing to send those. It wasn't asking for anything crazy, just some of those maroon pieces. But we'll see. The other thing is, I'm glad I had them, because Lego is the disclaimer for US based customers, 8 to 10 weeks before you'll get your replacement pieces. So that is, there's no way I'd want to put a build on hold for 2 months or more before I could continue on. Yeah. So if this was the only set I had of Lego, or maybe I had a couple in my collection, but definitely no extra pieces floating around, then I probably would have, the next step would have been to take apart the whole bag 12 and just see where I messed up, because it would have had to have been in bag 12 where I did something wrong. But I don't know, John Powell, because I checked, I turned back to the beginning of bag 12 to see where I placed everything, and everything seemed right. So I don't know. If they're there, great. And if Lego does send me some replacement pieces, even better, even better. I've had the same problem. I even used bright flashlight on the manual to see which pieces to use. Yeah, that's the other thing. I do have one of those light things that, on your headband. You have a headband, kind of like if you're going into you're hiking in a cave or something, but that would be weird to have it on camera here, flash into the my camera here. But yeah, I've used those, and flashlights are great. Actually, I could also at the time, especially next time when I'm building something with these darker colors, is put the PDF instructions on my computer here. That way I can zoom in and see what happens. That would probably be very helpful. Cosmic Bricks, psh, welcome. Cosmic Bricks says, yo. JBT says, if you like fun and challenging fighting games, try Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. It's my fave. Very cool, JBT. Bringing in a new topic. Cosmic Bricks, what's up? B Bandit says, feeling a little under the weather. I think we're going to go. All right, B Bandits, psh, thank you for modding. So great to have you here the last 2 live streams, B Bandits. It's been awesome, and hope you feel better, my friend. Hope you feel better. And yeah, so let's see. We got bag 14, and now bag 15 is all that's left. So Giraffe, yeah, I think I might stick with the modular theme for another round, just because we have a couple of them and they look great. And then after that, depending on how fast I build, maybe I'll build part of that off camera, the next modular. Then I can live stream and start building up some of our Christmas sets, Christmas builds. We do have a couple of those. We have one of the elf houses, and I'm trying to think, just a couple random Christmas builds, a Santa sleigh one and such. Those would be fun to build up and have on display in our Lego city. Kind of maybe rotate things out. I don't know if you guys, if you have a big enough Lego collection, it's always fun to kind of rotate things out if you're limited in space. We've been ambitious at times, like we've done a Christmas display build and included some other, like the modulars would fit in perfectly. And you can, be a little creative with, it's kind of like decorating your house during Christmas. Put some light bricks around the modulars, or just lights, Christmas lights around them, and just incorporate the whole thing into a Christmas display that way. So, we did that last year. We built up some of our Christmas builds and have a train as well. It's not any particular like vintage looking train. It's more like a commuter train Lego build, but it does the job. It has enough track to go in a circle. Or we can have it go around the town, or you can even have it go around the Christmas tree. So that might be something to do next after building up one more modular. Gotta have one more modular built up. It's just too cool. These sets are just too cool to just leave in the box. So one more thing to consider, and maybe build up a few of the bags off camera so I'm fast enough to keep up with the live streams going into Christmas here. And all right, got a kind of a fun extra decorative piece going on the front of the Jazz Club here. Starting to see how the roof decorations come together here. And actually, I don't know if I can tell what this will end up looking like. So this will be interesting. And let's see if I even these out right or not. It's kind of like an old city bank building or something like that. Or just, whoops. That's not fun when it lands on the floor. So yeah, working on the Jazz Club here, adding up these decorative pieces. But now I'm kind of perplexed as to how it fits. Oh, maybe it hangs off the edge. That makes sense. So yeah, here's the roof line starting to come together. Definitely relating to the Star Wars build of things, where lots of gray plates. Lots of gray plates. John Powell says it's easy to think it's a corner piece when actually it's a 1x2 and a 1x1 instead. Yes, you're right, John Powell. Now that you say that, there were a lot of those like these were being used to kind of wrap around the interior walls or to build up the walls, or it was, you know, these two pieces, whether it was, I mean, they're one's on top of the other, but yeah, do you use these or do you use these when you wrap around the corner? That could be it. But this part, I'm not sure how I needed those, but it's funny. Anyway, I ended up with basically the pieces after the build, which means if anything, I was just missing one of those, which is fine. That's better than getting to the end of the bag and going, there's no pieces left. What the heck did I do? And that's the other question. If I used them incorrectly, then why were there no pieces left? Because there should have been some extra pieces regardless. Because I didn't double up on things. Anyway, it's kind of funny. JBT, thank you. Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you guys for the 10 likes. If you like Lego, I am building up the modular set, the Jazz Club here. The box is very light now because all of it is pretty much here now, all being built up. 10312 is the set number. It's an icon set, 2,899 pieces. And as has been said a few times, you build up these modular sets, you're going to want to build more. And I've seen some fun, definitely silly YouTube shorts put together by other Lego YouTubers where they kind of make fun of that and edit it very, very cleverly, where they're like, finish this set. This is so good. I'm going to put this on the shelf. Oh, that looks great. I think that's all I needed. You know what? What's one more couldn't hurt. Let me get one more modular, and that way the two sets can look more complete and look good together. And then the clips keep adding up. You know what? No, I need one more. Oh, it needs a family. Oh, it needs another level. And then they end up with a whole wall full of modulars. So I could see that very easily. I could see that very easily being my issue here. But at the same time, I have enough to do a city block, I guess you could say. Oh, no, Bricks! Psh! Good to see you. Welcome to the live stream. Yes, welcome to the live stream. Thanks for keeping it family friendly, everyone. And just appreciate your time talking about the modular sets, a little bit of talk on the midi scale size Star Wars ship sets. Jedi Bricks was asking about. Those are fun. And my recommendation for that is, if you want to build up a Star Wars collection but not spend hundreds of dollars on a collection of the larger scale Star Wars ships, those mid-scale size ones are great. They look great on display. I guess the only thing you're missing out on are minifigures, but you can probably get a few of those battle packs, or just one of them, or one of the smaller ship builds that comes with some of the key minifigures. And there you go. You just have a nice, well-designed, modest, but very cool-looking Star Wars collection. You know, kind of like what we got here with our ships on display there. You don't have anything major, although that Star Destroyer is cool. And we do have the Dark Falcon, and it's not on display here, but we do have those. But like anything Lego, if you really get into a theme, you're going to probably figure out a way to get more of that theme. So it's interesting right now with Lego releasing all these kind of standalone nostalgic sets. I'd say the Black Pearl maybe goes with more than just itself, because I know Pirates of the Caribbean was a series or theme that did have some more sets come out. I wasn't into Lego at that time, or I didn't get back into Lego at that time. So right now they just have the Black Pearl ship, which looks great as a build by itself. And you can kind of pair that up with other Lego ship builds that have come out recently. Like the Goonies set, that's a pirate ship build. But yeah, these standalone themes, the Goonies one, the Star Trek one that's coming out soon. They had a Willy Wonka theme come out. They have a Back to the Future DeLorean one that's been out for a while. Although they're going to release a smaller one and a very reasonably priced one, a Speed Champions version of that. So that'll be cool. But yeah, there's a lot of these themes that are just kind of one on their own, which would definitely appeal to a certain generation of, I don't know if you call them Lego collectors or not, but yeah, I would say there's a lot you might get a little bit distracted if you get into all those separate type builds that stand alone. So I've held off. On, I mean, it's very appealing. Like, I like the Goonies set that came out, and of course you see the gift of purchase that comes with it. It's very tempting. Or the Star Trek set that will come out in about a week, also with a very highly anticipated gift of purchase, at least according to Jang Bricks. He's like basically saying you need to, if you know who that guy is, he's a pretty well-known Lego guy, YouTuber. But anyways, he's like, if you're lucky and fortunate enough to get that set within the first 24 hours, act fast, because if you want that GWP, you're not gonna have much of a chance. O&O Brick says, I wish I had Lego stores closer to me. The closest one is several miles away. Oh, 9 miles, my bad. O&O Bricks, trying to throw in that silly number combo. John Powell says, O&O Bricks, leave the number out of there. Neon Edits is back. Awesome. Psh, welcome, Neon Edits. Neon Edits with I have no idea what you mean by that. O&O Bricks, I thought it was 6 miles away. So that's not too far, O&O Bricks. I think you're trying to use that silly number combo. Anyway, the Lego stores are fun to go to if you have one near you. If not, I guess the other option is, do you guys have any of those bricks and minifig stores? Those are, well, it depends. We have one near us, and it's okay. I wouldn't say it's the most fun to go to. We found a cool bricks and minifig store that's a lot farther from us, not in a local town at all, but it just had a lot better display, and the owners and the guys who run it were a lot friendlier. That makes all the difference, actually. Oh, what did I do? I think I did not. Look at that. There's a weird gap here. So this one, I don't know if you can tell. This is the front of the roof line, and this one's even on this side. This one has a little gap in between. That doesn't look right, but I don't know if I missed add-on section or not. I feel like I did. Let me readdress this build here and compare the two sides. There's something odd there. So we'll see. But yeah, having a Lego store near you is definitely a luxury, and it definitely is something that's only in major cities. Oh, I forgot to add a certain layer of bricks. That's why. Okay. One decorative piece missing from this. So it's easy to, I missed 1/2 plate of gray bricks on this, and so that's why it didn't look right. The Lego stores are fun to go to. They are, especially like when these major sets come out, like the UCS Death Star. When that came out, I wanted to go to the Lego store and just see what that looked like in real life, all built up, and it was pretty impressive. I think Brick Together also mentioned that on his journey to the Lego store recently, because they don't have one near them. They are far from any Lego store. But yeah, seeing that sets like that all built up, or just the latest sets all built up. I was hoping to see the Black Pearl. I know it's not called that, but the Black Pearl ship built up and on display at the Lego store. But that darn set has been on back order forever. And they won't have it on display because you can't buy it right now. So that's the, I don't know. It's weird how Lego's releasing all these new sets and that they don't have enough supply to actually show in the store. It's just crazy. Balabon's here. Psh! Balabon, welcome back. We're doing great. How are you doing? I am here. I am here as well, bro. He says, very cool. Balabon says, how's your day going? Pretty good, Balabon. We had a soccer game for my son, so it's been fun to see him here, or to see him play today, and just now he's just chilling. He hasn't been on the channel for a while. I know, it's true. O&O Bricks says, I'm just trying to get the Tudor corner. That is a cool modular. We have that one, O&O Bricks. I might have to build that one next. Now that you mentioned that, we have the Tudor corner, the boutique hotel, and the assembly square. So I could, like I said, have a whole block built up here soon. But they don't have it at the Bricks and Minifigs near me or closer to me. Yeah, that one would definitely have to be an online order, probably through the lego.com website, or I would assume Amazon or any of those would have it for the same price. But yeah, not exciting if you can't. Sometimes it's fun to just, you know, it's fun to get those sets in person as well. Thus the excitement of release day for these Lego sets. Did you see the new Star Trek Starship out of Lego? Yes, Bilal, I was just talking about that. How that set might be so popular, especially because they are releasing that with a gift with purchase, which you probably know, right? There's a shuttlecraft that comes with that set. And my question to you guys, the younger Lego collectors or the younger guys in the Lego community, is that set as interesting to you as it would be for people who actually watch that show? I know you can probably see it on streaming services, but yeah, that show was popular in the 80s and 90s. So if that set is something that's popular to younger viewers now, that's pretty cool. I know probably the biggest thing, and probably with most of these new releases when they come out, is, you know, the reseller guys, the guys that go out there basically leveraging everything. They're going to go buy these sets, maybe buy the limit, and then resell them on eBay or something, so they make a lot of money off of them, which is just funny. Like, I don't know how, if you're a regular Lego fan, you just want this set for yourself, that you would pay an inflated price for something like that. Hey, Michael Jose, welcome. Lego, exactly. Well said, Michael Jose. Lego it is. We're building up the Jazz Club here and talking Lego, thinking through Lego. But yeah, that Star Trek set, Balaban, looks pretty cool. O&O says, I'm trying to get the Lego light kits for the custom city I'm making. Very cool, O&O. Got trying to get the Tudor corner and some Lego lighting. Very fun. John Powell says they will have plenty after sales, and double points are when double two times. Sorry, I can't talk. When double insider points are gone, they're sitting in a warehouse waiting. Yes, I'm wondering, like, how could you have the Black Pearl on back order this long, right? And so there's just so many. There's so many things that you wonder what. That's I don't know. We were talking about this yesterday on the live stream. Lego needs to be aware of what it's doing. I'm sure they are. They're marketing so much right now, so many different sets, but they're marketing in a way to get maximum profit in terms of the price gouging. And you know, there's very clear evidence that it's price gouging. When you see certain sets like the Star Wars battle packs basically go from a $20 or $30 price range to a $45 price range within a year's time, that's not inflation. That is not inflation or the tariffs or anything like that. And they're making lots of profit. So there's just a lot of stuff they don't need to do. And you're pricing out younger kids who just like Lego. They don't have money like that to spend on a set, or you're trying to get the grandparents or parents to shell out that kind of money towards it. So not cool. Not cool at all. So I don't know, but just the point, like yesterday, is that, and other people have made this point, you got to keep the Lego fans, the younger Lego fans involved, because they're obviously going to be your future customers, and then they're going to pass that on to their kids of liking Lego. You can still make a profit and not create these false scarcity situations or shortages and then extreme price gouging. So go back to what made you guys great, especially when you already learned, or supposedly learned, from the early 2000s that you were almost at the point of total business failure, and then you came along and you saved your company with the Bionicle series. So I don't know, we'll see. Everything has a cycle, I guess. That's the thing. Balabon, is your son getting tired of being on the channel? No, I would say not, Balabon. Like I was saying earlier, he's just got a different interest right now. He loves the channel, and he more likes to kind of moderate in the background right now. But then he's just into soccer right now and hanging out with friends. He's in the middle school range, so it's to be expected. I know my older son also loved Lego, and now he's obviously just finished high school, and so he's got other things to do. But although I might get him to live stream Balabon, so maybe I'll get him to live stream with me. I've got to try and live stream earlier in the day though when he's around, because he works too. He works a lot. O Brick says, I think I'm only going to go after those modulars. I get the Ninjago City docks. I love those big builds. Yes, O Bricks, you and I are the same mindset. I love the big builds. It's like I've kind of tried to stay away from the smaller builds unless there's a special minifigure, like the micro fighter set that came with Captain Rex or something like that for Star Wars. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. It's missing a piece, of course. Where did it go? But yeah, the Ninjago City docks is a good one, O Bricks, and the latest modular, it looks okay, but I have to add that to the collection. The Ninjago City Workshops, I think that's the name of it. The latest Ninjago modular. So all these have a cycle too. Like when these modulars come out, so I'm curious as to what the module will be for 2026. I know John Powell pointed out it's probably going to be, what did you say it was going to be, John Powell? I wanted to say initially a school or a hospital, but I think you mentioned something else. John Powell says, Lego knows exactly what they're doing. I watched them do the out of stock thing, and when discounts are gone, they suddenly appear again. So yeah, and they're the ones that do the discounts. It's so annoying. So yeah, so after Christmas, basically, or no, probably after Black Friday, right? Because then just the demand to buy last minute gifts, all those sets will reappear at regular price. Yeah, John Powell. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. I gotta be mindful of that and see what happens. Alexandria, welcome back. Awesome to have you here, Alexandria. As you can see, building up the Jazz Club, almost done on bag 14, and a bit of a glitch right now because I can't find one small piece. So let me separate out a couple things here and see if it appears magically that way. Sometimes they get buried because of these bigger pieces covering things. Where is it? I don't think I dropped anything on the floor. Or are the bags covering it? I don't think so. Put that here. Is the instruction book covering it? No. Well, John Powell, did I misplace something? I don't think so, because those were all needed there. No, I will find it. Maybe I have one in here that's extra. or maybe not. All right, bag 14. We'll have to carry on. We'll see if it appears. It looks amazing. Thank you, Alexandria. Yeah, doing a good job. Had a couple of misfires, as you could say, I guess, with missing pieces. I don't think I dropped a piece. This is the. I wonder those guys who are pro live streamers that build live if they ever end up having to like disappear for a moment and find something because a piece is missing. But I think it's okay. It's just one flat plate piece that is small enough to avoid for now. Unless I'm right and Lego didn't give me all the pieces I need. Alexandria, hope you're feeling better, by the way. I know you weren't feeling well last time. Sorry I'm late. I was building my set in the zone. Love it. Very cool, Alexandria. Which set are you building? Is it one of the Batman Batmobiles? I know you'd mentioned a couple of DC sets that you were getting. I saw, by the way, I think you mentioned an interest in this set. I saw the mineral, what would you call it? The mineral set, the one with like all the cool precious stones. I saw it at Costco, and I think you're the one that brought that up in one of the live streams that I didn't even know that set was a thing. The mineral collection, is that it? Yeah. So it was at Costco, I think for $40, but it looks on Lego.com it's $60, so pretty decent discount. I didn't get it, but I didn't see anything at Costco that looked interesting enough, which usually they have something. But yeah, all right, let me finish up this rooftop here and make this set make the Jazz Club look even closer to being completed. And again, love all the decorative elements. No minifigure in this one. Looks like the last minifigure will come in bag 15. So there's 8 minifigures to this set, and they look great. Actually, I should show those off. Alexander, I don't know if you've seen the updated collection of minifigures. Got the Taylor, the jazz band musicians, we'll say the administrator of the jazz club, the pizzeria chef, the magician, and of course the jazz singer herself. Got a great hairpiece there. So far 7 minifigures and one more. I think just a regular dude, just a jazz club patron, someone for the audience to go visit and check out the performance. I don't know if he had any specific like task, because the building here is great. It's got the marquee in the front, as you can see, and the ticket window, the pizzeria. There's like a tailor shop entrance, which is fun because that goes directly. If you open this door, there's a stairway right here that goes up to the tailor shop, which is this level here, and just some fun connections. And then the stairway goes all the way to the top, and then over here is the rehearsal room. So I have to, maybe when I finish this set, can take off each layer and show that. Hopefully not break anything or make anything fall apart. But yeah, again, building these modulars, you get really into it and you're like, I do not want to stop. This is such a fun build in many ways. The minifigures obviously are always a fun add-on, and then each room and how the stairway connects through the building to connect to the different levels. It'd be so fun to have the skills to be a Lego designer to create these things. And looking forward to building up a couple more modulars here. We got the Parisian restaurant over here, and we'll have to look at what the interior is out for this one. I've forgotten already, but the outside looks so great that the inside's got to be fun. And then the Tudor corner, that might be, I don't know which one I should do, the Assembly Square, the Tudor corner, or the Boutique Hotel next. The Tudor corner is like the newest one, so that one will definitely be a totally different style and theme compared to what I got here now. Let's see. FGT, what's up? Welcome. Very cool. Alexandria says, just finished the small Sleeping Beauty castle. Oh, very cool. So yeah, like that's like the $40 set. There's like the Disney castle itself, and then one of those, or it might be a different one actually. But very cool, Alexandria. Those have some awesome looking brick colors too. Oh no is off. Thank you, oh no, for being here. Yes, if I stream building the Tudor Corner, yes, please join in. Love to have you back. Alexandria says, did you see the Chinese horses set? It's gorgeous. Oh no, is that like another New Year's one? I've seen mention the release of those. FGT says, just built the Coal Titan mech today. Got it for $55 during the Target sale. Let's go. Awesome. Love hearing about the Lego deals and sales. And Target's had some pretty decent ones, especially if you were looking into, although you had to act fast, the Jazz Club for one was, dropped down, I want to say to 140. So that's a significant discount. And then I don't remember if the Boutique Hotel was another one. I thought that set was retired, by the way, but it's still on the Lego website. Actually, both of these are still on the Lego website. I thought at least the Boutique Hotel was retired, but I guess not. So that's good to know. Although I have both, so I don't need them. But if you are looking for these sets, the modulars are pricey, of course, but if you're looking for these sets, they are great. Great builds. So fun. There's so many the creative aspects to the modular sets, especially there's no science fiction involved or anything like that. Like these represent real life settings, which is fun to see them all built up and how many creative elements that go into it make the build fun. And now as I build the roof here, seeing how they did all the using all these bricks to make the structure just look like vintage architecture piece as well. And now I can see where I'm missing that piece. Where is that piece? And I still don't see it showing up here. I don't think it's slid underneath any. I don't think I saw it slide underneath anything specific here. So I might have to go digging in the closet here and see if I can find it. Lego new sets on the website, says Alexandria. Very cool. Let me see if I can grab, see if there's anything in this container here. There you go. Some Star Wars Stormtroopers in our minifig collection here. I'm trying to see if I got a extra piece or two that I can throw in here. It's basically another one of those 1x3 corner pieces, and maybe I'll find it on the floor later, but I cannot find it now, so I might as well substitute it with a basic 1x2 and 1x1 piece. So actually that worked out. There was one in this thing of random. See some cool minifigures there. My son stored all those minifigures in there when he was putting together a stop motion. So there you go. Alexandria, thank you for modding and saying hi and bye to everyone. FGT says, yeah, you got to stay up to get all the good deals since they are gone after like 40 minutes. Half the stock is bought up by scalpers with no remorse. FGT, such a good point. Make sure you like and subscribe and join our channel. That is such a good point. Yeah, I was saying that about the Star Trek set that's going to be released in about a week and a half. How, once they mention a collectible, a CMF, or an exclusive minifigure that's coming out with that set, and it's been pointed out that, you know, you got to buy, if you want the GWP or you just want the set in general, and you're going to miss not getting that GWP, then you have to, I don't know, buy it right away and hopefully get on the Lego website when it crashes and all that to get the darn set and get the GWP. So it's just funny though. It's like these scalpers who buy up stuff like that. I know, I guess there's like a market for it, but if people who really like these sets are willing to pay 2 times or 3 times the price, you know, someone pointed out, Alexander, I think you pointed out, like for example, the bar door set. They're selling minifigures that are not even retired yet, like the Sauron one here, and it was like over $100. Like at that point, I think even with the UCS Death Star minifigures, some of those are crazy. The gift with purchase that came with the UCS Death Star is like, I'm pretty sure that's a build you could part out and just make on your own without having to spend all that money on from a scalper to buy a set like that. But it's crazy. Why are people giving into those crazy prices? I mean, I guess it's collectors who have huge disposable income to do that. But I guess they see it as an investment as well, something that they will resell later on down the road. So they don't mind paying double the price when they can resell for triple the price. But again, who are these people that are paying triple the price to begin with? It's definitely not little kids who like Lego. I don't know. It's just a strange market. So yes, FGT, good point, man. Alexandria says, yeah, the minifigures are crazy priced. I don't get it. Yeah, I just assume not buy them. Like, bummer I missed out on a gift with purchase or some exclusive minifigure, but there's enough Lego sets out there and collections or collection pieces to buy that. I don't want to spend 3 times the amount of money for whatever that set is, especially if it's a small set. Like, why would I do that? But then again, I'm not thinking the way some of these people are thinking. My only hunch is that they're like, yep, I'm a Lego collector, serious Lego collector, and I can afford it and probably resell it like the scalpers did for a huge markup, 5 years down the road or something. So Lego collectors, I guess, feed off of each other or something at that point. But with the variety of sets that are released every year in different collection or different themes, I don't think you need to do that. So look at that though. That roof line is looking very, wow. Not really, this is the cool part, not really paying attention to, as the pieces come together, how fun the details look. It's kind of like when you see a remodel take place and then they show you the thing at the end, you're like, oh my gosh, all that comes together. Look how all those details look now. It's awesome. Ooh, almost elbowed the piece. That would have not been good to knock that thing off. Hey, 3 Girls is back. 3 Girls and Bricks. Hey there. Just requested the live streaming on my YouTube channel, so we'll see in 24 hours whether it becomes available or not. Psh, awesome, 3 Girls. Glad to hear it. There is, I forget if it's, there is a threshold, right? I think 50 subscribers, maybe there's some minimum you have to go to do a live stream, but maybe you're at that threshold. That's very cool if you are. John Bricks, psh, hello. Balaban says, I'm going to stop buying Lego. I have so much Lego sets, and also setting them up is so much money. It's true, Balaban. And the company, bro, I just hate it. Too much money for people. It's becoming a love-hate thing, isn't it? I get you, Balaban. I get you. Very cool to see you guys. Yes, the details to the roof are awesome. Elite Camera Soldier, psh, welcome. Yes, just show that off. So yeah, I was just saying, you're following the directions, and then you see it all come together, or I don't see it all together. I'm like paying attention to putting the whatever the instructions say to put the pieces on here, and then it looks great. Actually, there's one more, or maybe more than one more detail, but I have, let me just see here. I have another decorative element to put on here. So let's see how this looks. Almost like a weather vane or something. Actually, I'm not sure what. Maybe it's just a decorative piece. Trying to get it situated so all the pieces stick together here. I don't know. Does that look like some kind of weather vane, or just a carving, or just something to put on the roof? Just something to put on the roof. And that looks cool. I love too that this got like a one center section that's things go in upside down versus right side up. Let me see if there we go. All right, now we got like a steeple basically, and it kind of centers off of those. How fun is that? Okay, this is just the roof line right here of the Jazz Club. And the stairwell. So there's a hole right here. The stairwell goes all the way to the top of the Jazz Club. So, you know, you got to have roof access to this amazing Jazz Club building. So let me build that part up too. At least I think. Oh, looking for a part that's not there. So in my mind's eye, I look for something and I'm not seeing it because that is not what I need. Okay, so this is like just building the top door frame to the roof access to the Jazz Club. This is where it kind of feels like a Lego city set with these pieces, but the modulars, they have all this detail. You can just appreciate more of it. All right, so an upper flap there. And maybe I can place this, whoops. Trying to concentrate here. Maybe I can place this so everything is complete. Love all the, just all the different parts of the instructions that show you why certain pieces go to a certain place. Okay, so I got the roof access to the Jazz Club, which lines up with the stairway that goes all the way through the building. It's so fun, all the way through the top. I wish I could hold that sideways, but I'm afraid it'll all fall off. All right, I'm gonna put that on here. And I know there's more, but man, this looks great. Actually, I do have the printed plates also for the Jazz Club, so this is the part I'm also curious, like how this all will stick on there. So we're nowhere near being done yet. So actually, let me take this off because got a lot more detail to go with this. And wow, bag 14 has taken a lot longer than I thought, and it's been fun to see what you guys are working on here also. Balaban says, Lego is just a money market, and it's not fun when it's so much money to buy. It's not worth it to buy. It's crazy. It's better to buy Lego from Walmart or Amazon online. Three Girls says, yeah, I think I only have 4 subscribers, but my channel was made like 20 years ago to upload concert videos. Oh, wow. YouTube, so like, yeah, the beginning of the 2000s. That's crazy. Alexander says, you better check out copyright rules because they will hit you with them. Oh, good point. Yeah. Especially if it had music videos on it. Three Girls, it's not worth risking all that and getting your channel shut down. Unless it's your own music. If it's your own music, that's cool. Balaban says, if I can find the deals on Amazon or Walmart, Lego companies, a market company where they make people spend a lot. For people, it's interesting. Yeah, I don't know, Balaban. There's like a strategy there, isn't there? There is a strategy there. Lego's biggest op, says FGT. Yes, they have They have a strategy to charge you a certain amount, and then they of course release their sets to the other real retailers, and then this is what you get. So I don't know. This is why when you buy from Lego directly, this is where you take advantage of what they give you, right? So they give you the insider points, they give you the double insider point days, of course, the discounts. Then, you take advantage of that, and then, you get the gift with purchases as well. So extra Lego sets for the same price of buying a set that usually wouldn't have a whole nother Lego set to go with it. So that's when I buy from Lego directly. So there are ways, but as John Powell was pointing out earlier, it's like frustrating because some of the sets you do want, they're not going to be around. They're held back, and until after all the sales and insider points deals are gone, and then those sets reappear on the shelves. Although this the Black Pearl one, like, they don't have to. I'm not really sure the reasoning behind that one, because they don't have to have that one on back order for as long as they've had it, because there is no sale for that set, right? The sales are related to the sets that are going to retire soon, not for these new ones. And the only thing that was basically related to that Black Pearl ship was the fact that it came with a gift with purchase that first week it was out, but of course that time has passed. So all the momentum that they would have for people just buying that set at a regular price is gone right now because you can't get it anywhere. I guess you could order, well, you can order it as a back order set and then wait. But in any case, that's a set that I wanted to see on display at the Lego store. And I was assuming the last couple times I went there I'd see it, but it's not out. And even the UCS Death Star, it was on display, I assume, for a few weeks. But then when we went last weekend, where I wanted to see the Goonie ship on display, and the UCS Death Star was just on the shelf, like just in the box on a shelf, and no excitement around it or anything. Not even talking about Star Wars anymore. Nothing. Just the Goonie set and a couple other things, and some Christmas sets, of course. Oh, interesting. Building up a squirrel's nest. That's a new added element. I guess if it was Ninjago, it would be a frog or a couple birds or something. But interesting, a squirrel's nest on top of the roof of the Jazz Club, and I believe it's a squirrel's nest because that's what it looks like here. So some fun fall colors added actually to the build here. So here you go. This little thing here goes on the roof. So if you like these added features to your Lego sets, you'll appreciate this. A squirrel living on the roof. Honestly, didn't know squirrels built nests, actually. Squirrel living on the roof of the Jazz Club. How fun is that? Okay. Now it can officially go on the top here. All right, there's one more interior section all hidden away now from sight. Oops. How am I doing this? There we go. Gotta line it up. Oh, there we go. That part's done. It's starting to look very cool. Alexander, you timed these well. You seem to join in when I complete a major section, and it's cool to have you there because you always celebrate with me. I love it. FGT says, I got a feeling Lego fatigue is about to hit the masses. Oh, I know, FGT. I also wonder, I said this earlier, but they're going to alienate the younger crowd, the kids who want to buy Lego. They're not excited about a Star Trek $400 Star Trek set coming out. I don't know what kids think of a $1,000 Lego set. Like, that's totally out of reach. And competing with um, Nintendo Switch or PlayStation, or just a ton of other things. Like, Lego, what are you doing? You could buy a giant Lego set, or you can buy a couple game consoles. What are the kids really going to choose? So I guess they'll figure it out. It's crazy. Three Girls says, I think mobile live stream is a minimum of 50 subscribers, but I can't see any minimums for webcam live streaming. Ah, okay. My concert videos have been up for around 13 years and no issues so far. Okay, so concerts that you went to. I was assuming it was your own music, but that's cool. Three Girls says, if I need to be, I could just make them private though. Lots of laughs. True. Three Girls, is your channel gonna be called like what your name is here? Because you'll have to share it with all of us here on the live stream when you get it set up, so we can support you in the start of your channel. Matt is alive. A very short intro. Matt is alive. This is Matt is alive on abbreviated mode. Matt has arrived, but cannot stay. Hi bye. Matt is alive, always here. Love to see it. John Powell says, you had a double insider point week after it sold out, and that's coming again. Yeah, John Powell, what do you think of my other theory? You guys have a pretty good take on all of this. Do you think that, because that gift with purchase for the UCS Death Star was unimpressive, uninspiring, or whatever, do you think when they do their May the 4th, when Lego does their May the 4th special deal of new sets coming out in spring, that they will re-release that gift with purchase? Because I've seen Lego do gift with purchases before, where they've released a gift with purchase a second round, like the Camino one, the Camino Training Center. So yeah, just curious what you think about that. Three Girls says, it's all iPhone footage, so not the greatest anyway. Aha! Matt is alive, getting the shout out from Alexandria. Jason, welcome Jason. Good to see you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Lego is backing on Pokemon next year. Oh, very interesting. Again, another nostalgia type theme. John Powell says, yeah, squirrels builds nests. Look for big clumps of leaves in a tree. Easy to spot now that the leaves are falling. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Alexandria says, just doing my sets. I have things. Apartment to build next. Oh, how fun. Love to hear what you guys are all building too. So let's see here. I am, oh, okay. Got a little thrown off on, so it looks like I'm building the scaffolding or the framing where the Jazz Club sign will go. So this is the part I was curious about, how it hangs here from, just put this closer to the camera, how the Jazz Club sign right here, right here, how it hangs from the building. So that's what I'm building right now, and this will be fun to show off to you guys. I know, John Powell, you probably know, because you have this set, how it all works out. But I can see a connector plate right down, or clips here. So that's kind of cool. It's not something that is hanging from the top of the roof. That's what I was assuming. And you put these little build elements way ahead of time, not thinking that, that will be used later. At least I wasn't. So this is kind of fun to see it all come together here, and show off this here in a moment. Got some other colored pieces, elements. They even use a hot dog. They use 2 hot dog pieces as part of the signage for the Jazz Club. This is kind of fun to see all the sections come together here and show off the Jazz Club in all its glory, including hot dog pieces. The other memorable part, maybe this has happened a few times, but these hot dog pieces here. the other memorable part I remember of these is they had the green hot dog pieces that were used for the Statue of Liberty eyebrows. I think in the Apocalypseburg set. I wasn't able, that's a set I was so bummed I missed out on. That one went on sale at a serious discount. If you guys remember the Lego Movie 2 sets that came out, that was to me, that was like another Ninjago City. I wanted that set and I held off. I saw it on sale a few times, and then Walmart had a great discount for that one. But I wasn't living in the US at the time. We were living overseas, so I was trying to figure out how I could buy that and have it shipped to, I don't know, my parents' house or something in the US or whatever, but I didn't buy it, and then that thing disappeared quick. People bought that thing very fast. In fact, one of my friends also was like, I need to get that set. And then when it sold out, he was even willing to pay $50 to $100 over the regular retail price and still couldn't find it. And I think, I don't know how much that set is now on bricklink.com or on the resale market, but anyway, those hot dog pieces remind me a lot of a couple Lego sets that I missed out on. All right, so here we go. The Jazz Club marquee. Making sure I put this in correctly. Now how? Okay. So the hot dogs kind of frame it like neon, I guess. Like a neon sign. It's so fun. Whoops. There we go. How does that look, guys? That looks cool. I know it's backwards in the camera, but yeah, you got the hot dogs right there. And the Jazz Club going into the, look at that. Oh, it sounds so nice when it clips in perfectly like that. So let me show this off up close. I don't think I'm going to take the roof off to show where the stairs go, because that would be dangerous to hold this thing sideways. But look at that. This is like one bag left just right here above the pizzeria. But this set, kind of heavy, but I can still hold it up. Looking very cool. Side angle there. Almost finished. So that's bag 1 through 14 now. All finished. A couple missing pieces, unfortunately, but I could resource out of my extra piece count collection in random spots, but otherwise a very sweet looking set. That part doesn't look so great, but the front. And so now we got 2 modulars about to come together 100%. Like, there we go, the Parisian Restaurant and the Jazz Club. You can kind of see that, and you can't help but notice that Bardor and Rivendell still holding a place of honor from the summer live streams. So yes, very cool to show this off with you guys. John Powell says, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, especially since it was such a weak GWP to begin with. I know, exactly. Talking about that TIE fighter that came with the UCS Death Star. So, Jason, yeah, chess is a fun game. They actually have a couple of Lego chess sets that have come out if you wanted to make that connection. So, yes. Well, thanks, guys, for joining the live stream. Thanks for the awesome 20 likes. Got to hear from several of you over the last few days and this week of building the Jazz Club, and 1 bag left. So I will see you guys soon. So thank you for joining the live stream. John Powell, Balabon, Alexandria being a mod, starting with B Bandits at the beginning. Jason joining the live stream. 3 girls making a comeback. Love to see that. Matt is alive with his in and outro. FGT being here. And just seeing a lot of you guys. Glitchfire came back for a little bit. So cool. O&O Bricks was here. And Giraffe was here. So cool. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Have a good week.